between the two teams?
I think Immortals got a very standard draft where they're not necessarily putting together any massive synergies. They picked Sejuani. So far from FlyQuest, this definitely on paper, their easiest matchup of the week. This dragon fight could be big.
And Vulcan gets charmed, knocked up. Vikla comes over the wall to try and get the damage down. First blood drawn by Prince. So Immortals in some trouble here for Kenvi now that they don't later on, but I agree with you, Jat. It feels like there's moments where they're not quite in sync. Solo has to be a little tepid right now as Pika doesn't quite hit him with the root, but Solo's already marked down low. Impact ready to swing away over the wall. Kazande's coming on into it. Solo still keeping himself in it. Has Kenvi here, but Kenvi is knocked up and blasted down. Impact with providing that body block outside of this brush so that FlyQuest can continue on to the Rift Herald. And even with some of the downtown hits from Immortals, they managed to burn down Vulcan, who's now got his sights onto Solo. A double knock-up, and in the center of it all, Solo has fallen. Kenvi, though, reaping back the kill onto the enemy support. Balulu goes over the wall to escape it, but FlyQuest coming out of this one in search of Kenvi deep into the enemy jungle, standing upon the wards of the enemy as well, and eventually LCS of all time. I think when, pause on that thought as Solo's getting the brunt of the force of impact once more.
Is from like a, as they're gonna get top turret here with the Rift Herald. From a raw entertainment perspective, like in the moment.
When you got Daisy just walking around.
Yeah, new Daisy is really strong. They've really beefed her up to do, and Immortals really do need to find something.
And that's exactly what they're trying to do in this moment. They want to find the Rift Herald. Treats goes for the play onto Vikla, but he just ease on out of there. Balulu still going for the lockdown, but Impact is ready to collapse. One Emperor's Divide used with a dash in from Vulcan. Vikla gets the kill onto Balulu. Tactical dishing out some damage, but with the front line eliminated for him, he can't get back into the fight. Treats completely separated, even in Pharaoh Man C, just a done.
Pull this Rift Herald, but there's always this difficult situation. Like if you're gonna start an objective, you need to be willing to peel off and fight, which they try and do, but 18 or 20-minute gold of that Cloud9 game, because this is 8.4K.
Could have been able to end. So does FlyQuest make any breaking in towards the base at this point? They're gonna try to do so. Knockback of Treats, teleport coming on in for the assist for FlyQuest. Solo's already marked down low, and Impact is going for the kill. When you have most of your engage and disengage already on the retreat.
Celebrate their 3-0 week, move on to week 4. It is also crazy that we are halfway
between trying to adapt to the current meta while also keeping our fundamentals in check. And if you adapt quickly, great. If not, that's 3 games a week going the other way. And now things still going the way of FlyQuest, man. Still going their way for sure. When multiple members of Immortals are just watching their brethren fall, that's when you know it's tough.
The Cloud9 gold lead at 20 minutes was 9,894 gold. The FlyQuest gold lead was 11,200. This
FlyQuest just get to start up this Baron. They take their kills, they take everything they've got. They're making that face at them with that. When you have a team like FlyQuest eating up all those losses early on, and then they start to get those wins, because sometimes you have a split where, okay, there's one team that's clearly in the bottom. They're never going to be able to make that gap, but it's so tight when FlyQuest was at the bottom and they're looking like this, and you expect them to get more wins as they break right now at 22 minutes into this inhibitor and continue to reap their reward with this Baron buff. But yeah, that's when you start thinking, okay, we're at the bottom, and what work do we need to do to get into that top 8?
Yeah, Immortals will have a lot of thinking to do. I think they need a new approach to their draft for sure, but there's a lot in game as well. FlyQuest with the redemption just easily absorbing this, and they might be able to break all 3 inhibitors with the remainder of this Baron buff.
They're trying to do so, that's for sure, and even moments before that, members of Immortals wanting to secure some kind of pick onto FlyQuest. You saw Treats use that Magnet Storm previously, but FlyQuest can continue moving all the way across. Impact taking the brunt of the damage from Immortals. The Feather Storm from Tactical, slinging it back in for the kill, but FlyQuest have collapsed upon the rest. Charm and more onto Vikla, who goes into stasis, knocked up upon re-entry into this fight. 2 lives lost for FlyQuest, but 4 lost for Immortals, and they're walking it into the base.
Hey, I can respect it. Immortals got some.
Yeah.
That was the goal. They're trying desperately to keep those minion waves dead, but with Prince alive and 28 seconds on the sparing buff, I think this will do it.
I think you're right, Jet. I think you're right. FlyQuest make losses a thing of the past, ending week 3 of summer with a sweet, sweet 3-0 and sending Immortals to the bottom of the standings.
Some relief for FlyQuest after week